Meanwhile, this morning we are learning more about the tension at City Hall in Dallas as the city's city manager, T.C. Broadnax, one of the most powerful men in town, handing in his resignation after 7 years on the job.
In his resignation letter, Broadnax says this was a difficult decision and he hopes his departure will help the city find a new city manager that will allow for a more effective working relationship with the mayor and city council. He says he'll stay on board until June. Now, the council plans to hold a special meeting Tuesday to discuss that and appoint an interim manager.
Yeah, many of Broadnax's colleagues surprised by this news, including Dallas Mayor Eric Johnson, as our senior political reporter Jason Whiteley joins us bright and early this morning on how this played out. There were some backroom deals, apparently, a lot of secrecy. So really, this is something that's been in the works for about a week or so.
It has for more than a week. Mark and Kara, good morning to you here. Bottom line here, this is all about T.C. Broadnax going out on his own terms. He worked quietly, as you said, for more than a week to orchestrate that. Broadnax wanted to keep it secret from Mayor Johnson. The question is why? Well, Johnson tried to fire Broadnax a couple of years ago, but the mayor did not have enough support on council to do so at the time. But because of the tension, as you mentioned here, Broadnax has long been rumored to be considering leaving the city. By the beginning of this month, February 2024, Broadnax decided the time had finally come. I spoke with 4 council members who laid out how all this happened. It was more than a week ago, Broadnax first approached a councilman named Jaime Resendez to discuss a potential departure, but Broadnax needed Resendez to find at least 8 city council members who would personally ask Broadnax to resign. He needed 8, a majority of council, to trigger the severance clause in his own contract. And that would allow Broadnax to set his own last day in office and to leave to work for another city without having any restrictions from Dallas. Council members tell WFAA the process was kept quiet from the mayor for one reason, and that reason was so that Mayor Johnson could not control the narrative here and make it appear as if Broadnax was being fired. Broadnax and Johnson clearly had a tense working relationship after Johnson tried to fire him a couple of years ago. And in a statement, Johnson said he found out Broadnax was leaving when he got the city memo. Johnson did wish Broadnax well, though.
Now, Broadnax has the highest salary in City Hall. What do we know as far as what kind of payout he's going to get?
He will get, at least what we understand, is a year's severance on his contract. But, now the national search begins. That'll be set up by council soon on who to replace him.
Sounds like he played this pretty well.
He sure did.
All right. Thank you for that, Jason, this morning. And again, City Council meets next Tuesday to discuss next steps. Of course, we will be on top of this story around the clock on our website, WFAA.com, and via the WFAA app.